السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. في هذه المحاضرة سوف يتم شرح موضوع ال verb pattern. As we know guys, based on the last or our previous lecture, we already talked about this subject, which is verb pattern, in the last lecture or in the previous lecture. Verb pattern consists of two pattern of the verb, which is number one to infinitive اللي هو to زائد مصدر مجرد، والحالة الثانية اللي هو gerund يعني verb يحتوي على ing. طلاب، احنا هذا الموضوع أخذناه في المحاضرة السابقة، الموضوع الفيرب باترن. في موضوع الفيرب باترن طلاب احنا راح نتعلم حالتين. الحالة الأولى أنه بعد المين verb it has two possibilities to go through this verb pattern. The first case is to زائد infinitive. الحالة الأولى أنه to زائد المصدر مجرد. أما الحالة الثانية اللي هي gerund هو معناها فعل يحتوي على ال ing. For example, I like to read. To read هي تعتبر to infinitive يعني to زائد مصدر مجرد، تعتبر هي pattern، حالة لباترن، يعني حالة لحالات الفيرب بس تعتبر هنا pattern. طلاب الفيرب pattern هنا شرحنا الباوربوينت المحاضرة السابقة. هنا أكو ملف نزلنا بيه some exercise and some examples about this topic. So we are going to go through these examples and we do some exercise about this topic. You guys, it's beneficial for you to have more knowledge. The more information you have, the more details that I'm going to explain, that will give you all in a beneficial way, that give you all the knowledge when you are going to use this language. I'm absolutely talking about English language in your speaking and your writing. طبعا تعطيك كل النولج في حتى أنه معرفة يعني هذه الحالات فيما تخص الجرامر أو English grammar in speaking، يعني في الكلام في التكلم communicate with each people when you speak English, and in writing في الكتابة أيضا طلاب في الكتابة. فراح طلاب نتحدث عن الفيرب باترن. الفيرب باترن الجملة الأولى عفوا verb pattern. I'm going to read this lecture. Sometimes in a sentence one verb follows another. For example, I want to buy an electric car. The first verb is want. The second verb is buy. In sentence like this, there are different possible patterns. For example, I want to buy an electric car. I hate driving. فالجملة الأولى طلاب I want to buy هي شو تمثل to infinitive an electric car اللي هو الأوبجكت. I hate driving. hate هو المين verb طلاب. بعد شيء تأتي الحالة الثانية الفيرب باترن هو gerund اللي هو driving يعني verb contain ing يعني verb يحتوي على ال ing. I want to buy an electric car. to buy to زائد infinitive. I hate driving هنا طلاب هي عبارة عن gerund يعني فعل يحتوي على ing. In sentence A, the first verb is followed by an infinitive. An infinitive طلاب اللي هي مصدر مجرد يعني to زائدا مصدر مجرد. In second sentence or in sentence B, the first verb is followed by gerund يعني verb يحتوي على ال ing. The verb pattern are dependent upon the first verb. There are several different types of pattern. When you learn a new verb, you need to learn the verb pattern. Unfortunately, some verbs have more than one possible pattern. Sometimes if a verb has two patterns, each pattern can has a different meaning or use. يقول في بعض الأحيان رح نقدر نستعمل طلاب نفس الباترن or different pattern, but the both sentence will have difference in meaning. يعني إذا قلت it start to rain، to rain طلاب شو تمثل to infinitive يعني الحالة الأولى الكيس الأول بالنسبة للفيرب باترن. وإذا قلت it start raining الحالة الثانية طلاب اللي هي gerund. فالحالة الأولى أما الحالة الثانية أكو بعض الجمل لما تستعمل gerund or to infinitive ماكو فرق بالمعنى في الجملتين، وأكو بعض الأفعال لما تستعملها as main verb يكون هنالك فرق change in meaning of sentence. They are different in meaning in sentence. راح أقرأ طلاب هنا بعض الجمل. Here are some examples of some of pattern. الحالات مال الفيرب verb pattern طلاب. احنا قلنا هي حالتين to infinitive اللي هي to زائد مصدر مجرد، والحالة الثانية gerund. gerund معناته فعل يحتوي على ing. طبعا ذني الحالتين هي يعني أهم حالتين بالنسبة للفيرب pattern تأتي بعد المين verb. لكن ضمن هذين الحالتين اكو بعض الاشياء طلاب، يعني مثلا to زائد infinitive قبلها يكون مسبوق بأوبجكت مفعول به، or قبلها لا يوجد object. كذلك gerund قبلها مثلا نقدر نخلي object أو لا، رسم direct المين verb زائدا gerund، وهكذا. فالحالة الأولى verb زائد to زائد verb اللي هي حالتنا يعني اللي احنا قاعد نتحدث عنها. الفيرب طلاب هنا يمثل المين verb، زائدا to verb اللي هو راح يمثل المين to verb اللي هو راح يمثل to زائدا infinitive. These verbs all use this pattern. يعني الأفعال اللي تأتي مع هذه الحالة want, hope, decide, agree. I want to work with Dr. Lever. Team hopes to leave the stockroom soon. Helen decided to go out with Michelle. Alice might agree to change words. فهنا أنا طلاب انتبه لي. want to work to infinitive. hopes to leave to infinitive. decided to go to infinitive. agree to change اللي هي to زائد infinitive. الحالة الثانية verb plus verb contain ing، يعني الفيرب المين verb زائدا gerund اللي هي verb زائدا ing. These verbs all use this pattern. الأفعال تأتي مع هذه الحالة طلاب enjoy, might, consider. Some examples. I enjoy working on the emergency ward. Working. Alice doesn't mind working with children. Working. now يمثل الجيرند. Tim is considering changing his job. Changing اللي هو يمثل الجيرند. هاي الحالة الثانية. الحالة الثالثة طلاب verb الفعل الرئيسي زائد preposition اللي هو حرف الجر زائدا verb contain ing يعني gerund. قبل الgerund شيء طلاب حرف جر. These verb all use this pattern. الأفعال تأتي مع هذا الحالة specialize, think. For example, he specializes in helping children. helping طلاب تمثل الgerund، قبلها شنو طلاب in اللي هي تمثل preposition. Michelle is thinking about cooking dinner. cooking طلاب هنا cooking تمثل الجيرند وقبلها preposition حرف الجر اللي هي about. كمل طلاب. الحالة اللي بعدها verb زائد object زائد verb، يعني الverb الأول والmain verb plus object مفعول به plus verb اللي هو هنا يمثل to infinitive، يعني to يعني without to just infinitive مصدر مجرد. These verb all use this pattern. let make. Dad let me keep the cat. keep. She made me say sorry. say. verb with two pattern and different meanings، يعني أقدر أستعمل بعض الأفعال تأتي مع الحالتين اللي هي infinitives و gerund، الحالة الأولى infinitive والحالة الثانية gerund، لكن with different meanings، يعني الاختلاف بالمعنى راح يكون. These verbs have two possible pattern and there is a difference in meaning between the pattern like hate, regret. I like to swim every day. شنو معناها طلاب؟ وإذا قلت I like swimming أكو فرق بالمعنى أكيد. لما أقول I like to swim يا verb pattern استعملت to infinitive، ولما أرجع I'm going to say I like swimming هي الحالة الثانية verb pattern اللي هو gerund. فالجملة الأولى تختلف عن الجملة الثانية. I like to swim every day شنو معناها طلاب؟ I think it is good idea to do this، معناها أنها فكرة جيدة للعمل بذلك. I like swimming every day طلاب معناها I enjoy this activity. It gives me pleasure، معناها أنا مستمتع مع هذه الفعالية. It gives me pleasure. I hate to tell you this. I hate telling you this. أكيد لما نقول to tell مع telling فرق بالجملتين difference meaning. الجملة الأولى ايش معناها؟ الجملة الأولى طلاب معناها لما نقول I hate to tell you this، الجملة الأولى معناها I am sorry to tell you this. الجملة الثانية second sentence I hate flying sorry معناها I do not like this activity. بعد more examples. I regret to tell you this. To tell you this معناها طلاب I am sorry to tell you this. I regret leaving London. I left London in the past and I am sorry that I did that. And I am sorry that I did that. فإذا قلت I regret to tell you this استعملت to infinitive. و if I'm going to say إذا أيضا استعملتها بغير جملة I regret leaving London. leaving هنا تستعمل طلاب للجيران. فأكو اختلاف بالمعنى طلاب بين الجملتين. verb pattern هذا summary of verb pattern ملخص طلاب الverb pattern. the main verb of طبعا هاي عندك يعني لمعلوماتك لكن انت ما مطالب بيها انه memorize this وإنما فقط get the knowledge, understand the process of verb pattern, understand the meaning of each sentence and use the both to verb pattern. فقط طلاب افتهم شنو معنى verb pattern، افتهم شنو معنى الحالتين للverb pattern، وين تقدر تستعملها بالspeaking، بالwriting، بالreading، بالlistening، يعني في 4 حالات of your English to improve your English. نرجع طلاب verb pattern. The main verb of clause can be followed by various elements which complete the meaning of verb pattern. فهذا البوكس شي يمثل summary of verb pattern. N معناها noun phrase or pronoun. V معناها main verb phrase. pattern with no element after the verb. فعندي الحالة الأولى pattern with no element after the verb، والحالة الثانية pattern with 2 element after the verb. راح أقرأ فقط الجمل. شنو معناه طلاب pattern with 1 element after the verb؟ يعني جملة اعتيادية تتكون من subject من verb subject و object. I like for example I like reading the book or for example I love you. إذا قلت I love you or I enjoy the show مثل ما هنا جملة I enjoy the show. I اللي هو الverb عفوا السبجكت المين verb enjoy وذا show اللي هو الأوبجكت. جملة اعتيادية طلاب هنا نصيح لها طلاب بالإنجليزي أو باللغة الإنجليزية in English language pattern with 1 element after the verb. 1 element after the verb اللي هو مو موضوعي، يعني هذا ما يتعلق بالجمل الاعتيادية. أما موضوعي patterns with 2 element after the verb اللي هو موضوعي 2 element after the verb. يعني إذا قلت it's start to rain فstart هو المين verb to rain اللي هو يعتبر verb pattern من نوع to infinitive. So I'm going to read this sentence. Everyone enjoy the show. She is my friend. She is busy. The children are at the zoo. I admit that I have been foolish. The police asked where we were going. Everyone should learn how to swim. I'd love to go to Yugoslavia. You had better come early tomorrow. I like watching football. The thief got arrested by the police. أما الجمل اللي بعدها طلاب they have given الحالة الثانية. الحالة الأولى pattern with 1 element after the verb. الحالة الثانية pattern with 2 element after the verb اللي هو موضوعي verb pattern. I'm going to read this sentence. They have given her a beautiful present. The queen kept her marriage secret or a secret. I took the key out of my pocket. John told me that his father was ill. I didn't tell anyone where I had hidden the key. The pilot taught me how to land safety. I want you to feel at home. She lets the boy play football on the lawn. They dislike the house being left empty. The post wants this letter typed. Verb pattern again. ملخص طلاب الحالة الأولى verb زائد to infinitive or verb زائد ing لنصيح للgerund form with no difference in meaning. يعني إذا استعملت to infinitive or gerund ماكو اختلاف بمعنى الجملة. For example it's start raining or it's start to rain. الجملتين نفس المعنى. فأقدر بعض الأفعال أستعمل معاها الverb pattern بالحالتين with two cases. الحالة الأولى to infinitive، الحالة الثانية gerund. People start leaving the theater before the end of the party, or people start to leave. إذا قلت leaving or to leave, they both have the same meaning. الجملتين تحتوي على نفس المعنى. The theater before the end of the party. Do you intend to make a complaint? To make. Or do you intend making a complaint? Making. He didn't bother to do his homework, or he didn't bother doing his homework. To do or doing. Wendy likes to take photos, or Wendy likes taking photo. I hate to stand up while I am eating, or I hate standing up while I'm eating. To stand up or standing up. الأفعال طلاب اللي نقدر نستعمل بعدها to both of verb pattern to infinitive زائد to infinitive الحالة الأولى والحالة الثانية gerund. الأفعال هي begin, bother, continue, intend, like, love, propose, prefer, hate, start. For example, it starts to rain. Not I is starting raining. أكيد هاي غلط incorrect. I am خلط يعني جملة ثانية it start raining this is incorrect. فالجملة الصحيحة correct it is starting to rain. But like I like to check my homework carefully. A good idea rather than pleasure. معناها he likes skiing. معناها هاي الجملة enjoy. أما الجملة الأولى I like to check my homework carefully. شو معناها هاي الجملة؟ معناها good idea rather than pleasure. After would like, would love, would hate and would prefer infinitive. يقول بعد would like or would love or would hate تستعمل طلاب to infinitive يعني مصدر مجرد. الحالة الأولى للverb pattern اللي هي to زائدا infinitive مصدر مجرد. I'd like to meet your sister. She would love to have her own flat. He had preferred to make his own decision. I would hate to live in the country. To live. طلاب الحالة الثانية verb زائد to infinitive or verb زائد ing form الوجيرن with a change of meaning مع اختلاف المعنى. يعني اكو بعض الأفعال مثل ما شرحنا يا طلاب قبلها شرحنا بعض الأفعال إنه إذا تستعمل to infinitive أو تستعمل gerund اللي هو فعل يحتوي على ing الحالتين طلاب أو الجملتين have no difference in meaning ماكو اختلاف بالمعنى. هاي الكيس الأول. الكيس الثاني الحالة الثانية لا طلاب إذا استعملت to infinitive or استعملت gerund اللي هو فعل يحتوي على ing they both has a difference in meaning يعني أكو اختلاف بالمعنى بالجملتين. For example I am going to read this والأفعال اللي تأتي مع هاي الحالة أيضا موجودة هنا. I tried to open the door. Have you tried dancing? Remember الأفعال forget والحالة الثانية أو الفعل الثالث try أيضا stop need help. راح أقرأ الجمل المتعلقة بهذا الموضوع. I must remember to post this letter. To post. I can't remember posting the letter. Perhaps it's still in my bag. I forgot to switch on the machine. I'll never forget climbing Mountain Everest. Regret. I regret to say you failed. I regret spending all that money. Now I am broke. Try. I was exhausted. I tried not to fall asleep, but I failed. The machine doesn't seem to be working. Try pressing the green button. Try pressing the green button. Pressing. Stop. I stopped to have a drink. I stopped to have a drink. I stopped working to have a break. Need. I need to get up at 5 tomorrow. I stopped smoking last year. Smoking. Your lawn need cutting. بعد need gerund cutting. Or can't help. Help. Maria helped to clean up after the party. Maria helped to clean up after the party. I couldn't help laughing. بعد help اجى الفعل laughing. هاي الحالة الثانية طلاب. نأتي الحالة الثالثة verb plus object plus to. يعني بعد المين verb يأتي object بعد الobject يأتي two infinitives. I asked her to drive. طلاب to drive اللي هي two infinitive قبلها الobject اللي هو her. الأفعال تأتي مع الأوبجكت، تأتي مع التو infinitive وقبلها مسبوقة بأوبجكت. الأوبجكت مفعول به، يعني الأوبجكت قد يكون يا أما pronoun ضمير or name noun اسم. want ask help would like would love accept beg mean intend would prefer would hate. verb plus to or verb plus object plus to. يعني مثال على هذه الحالة: they expected to sing. would you like to borrow a pen to sing؟ هاي الحالة قبلها expected main verb ما يوجد object. would you like to borrow a pen؟ to borrow اللي هو to infinitive قبلها like اللي هو main verb. she doesn't want to know to infinitive قبلها طلاب اللي هي want. الحالة الثانية: they expected Anne to sing. expected Anne to sing اللي هي verb pattern قبلها طلاب Anne اللي هو تقدر تعبر عنه بآن أو تقدر تعبر عنه بهير pronoun ضمير. would you like me to lend you a pen؟ to lend قبلها شنو طلاب object اللي هو me. she doesn't want them to know لو to infinitive قبلها البروناون اللي هو them. could you help me to move this wardrobe؟ طلاب إذن to meet. could you help me to move could you help me to move. إذن to move قبلها شنو طلاب إجا بهاي الجملة اللي هي الأوبجكت هنا شنو طلاب اللي هو me to move. tell remind force enable teach order warn invite pursued get pursued arrange for. هاي كل هالأفعال طلاب تأتي مع هذه الحالة، وهذه الحالة تقول verb plus object plus to infinitive. verb plus object plus to infinitive. can you remind me to phone David tomorrow? to phone David tomorrow. who taught you to drive? they wanted me not to touch the switch. wanted me not to touch. الأفعال اللي بعد طلاب advise recommended encourage allow permit forbid. هاي الأفعال طلاب تأتي مع هذه الحالة verb plus ing or verb object to infinitive. هي أما تخلي بيها ing gerund أو الحالة الثانية اللي هي verb plus object plus to infinitive. اقرأ الجمل: I wanted recommended staying in that house. recommended بعدها staying gerund. I wouldn't recommended anybody to stay in that house. إذا طلاب انتبهوا للجملة الأولى شو استعملنا recommended staying gerund قبلها الفعل. اللي بعدها الجملة recommended anybody to stay استعملت infinitive قبلها طلاب anybody اللي هو يمثل pronoun or pronoun ضمير يعني object عفوا الأوبجكت. anybody هو مثل الأوبجكت. object أما يكون طلاب pronoun مثلا his her me them وإلى آخره، أو قد يكون noun مثل هنا anybody or اسم مثلا أنا team or any other اسم or any other noun. She doesn't allow smoking in her flat. She doesn't allow anybody to smoke in her flat. فانتبه smoking الجملة الأولى gerund، الجملة الثانية anybody to smoke infinitive قبلها شنو طلاب object. الأوبجكت هنا هو عبارة عن noun anybody. make let هذه الأفعال verb plus object plus infinitive without to. يقول لك make let إذا تستعملها طلاب as a verb pattern. make و let إذا تستعملها as a verb pattern طلاب لما تستعملها as a verb pattern تقدر تستعملها مع الانفينيتيف without to بدون to. you make me feel bad. he made them laugh. his parent didn't let him go the Italy. هذا طلاب فيما يتعلق في هذا الموضوع. عندي exercise I'm going through this. I'm going to also go through the solution. يعني طلاب راح أقرأ الexercise مع الحل. verb pattern exercise 1 complete the sentence with to infinitive or ing form. again راح أعيد الحالة طلاب. قلنا حالتين للverb pattern. الحالة الأولى to infinitive مصدر مجرد، والحالة الثانية طلاب اللي هي راح تكون عبارة عن gerund يعني verb زائدا فعل يحتوي على ال ing. فas we know the verb pattern consists with two cases. verb pattern طلاب again يعني مراجعة لما أخذناه إنه لحالتين. الحالة الأولى to infinitive يعني to زائد مصدر مجرد، والحالة الثانية gerund يعني معناها verb plus ing. verb contain ing. Number one, please stop me question. Please stop asking me question. How did the thief get into the house? I forgot to shut the window. Number three, has it stopped raining yet? Number four, his father promised me to pay for his books. He began to laugh. It has started snowing. I like to read or I like reading. The last sentence, I would like to talk to them. هاي بالنسبة للإكسرسايز الأول. طلاب الإكسرسايز الثاني هو عبارة عن ستوري. سوف أقرأ هذه الconversation مع الحل. Exercise 2. Complete the story. Put in the to infinitive or ing form of the verb. يعني أما تخلي to infinitive اللي هو to زائد مصدر مجرد or ing form اللي هو gerund. Last year I finally stopped smoking. I'd been trying to smoke up for ages. I needed to give up because sorry راح أعيدها لأنه الفعل الأول استعملناه طلاب. Last year I finally stopped smoking. I'd been trying to give up for ages. I needed to stop because it was costing me a lot of money, and of course if I went on to smoke I would be putting my health at risk. Well, I wasn't having much success until one day a friend said, why don't you try to eat sweet instead of smoking? That might break the habit. And it worked. I don't smoke now, which is fine, but there is one problem. I like to go to the dentist for a checkup now and again. Last time he said, I regret telling you this, but your teeth don't look very healthy. He went up saying that 3 of my teeth needed to pull out. This was all because of the sweet. Eating sweet meaning doing a lot of damage to your teeth. He said, I don't regret to give up smoking, of course. I'd hate to become accidented to tobacco again, but I would like or I'd love to have healthy lunch and healthy teeth. طلاب هذه الستوري. السؤال هو complete the story, put to infinitive or ing form of the verb. يعني يا أما مثلا الجملة الأولى يا أما تقدر تخلي يعني حسب الحالات اللي درسناها يا أما تقدر تخلي to smoke or smoking اعتمادا طلاب على الverbs اللي أخذناها. Exercise 3. Complete the sentence so that they mean the same as the sentence in brackets. Number 1. Why is it useful to have a car? What are the advantages of having a car? يعني أنا مطيتك الجملة الأولى تغيرها إلي. What are the advantages of having a car? I don't intend to lend you any money. I have no intention of lending you any money. Helen has a good memory for names. Helen is good at having a good memory for names. Number 4. Mark won't pass the exam. He has no chance. He has no chance of passing the exam. Did you get into trouble because you were left? Did you get into trouble because you are left? We didn't eat at home. We went to a restaurant instead of eating at home. Tom thinks that working is better than doing nothing. Tom prefers working to do things rather than doing things. They got married. They didn't tell any of their friends. They got married without telling any of their friends. Our team played well, but we lost the game. Our team lost the game in spite of my team. Our team played well but we lost the game. طبعا طلاب هو الإكسرسايز هذا يتعلق بأنه complete the sentence so that they mean the same as the sentence in brackets. يعني راح أنت تغير الجملة لكن راح تحتوي نفس المعنى في الجملة الأصلية. يعني مثال رقم 1 Why is it useful to have a car؟ إذا أسأل سؤال ثاني وهو What are the advantages of having a car؟ يعني لما قلت الجملة الثانية اختلفت عن الجملة الأولى لا. فإذا يعني السؤال طلاب هو Why is it useful to have a car؟ غيرها إلي بغير صيغة طلاب بغير معنى واستعمل الverb pattern بحيث تحتوي نفس المعنى. فالسؤال الثاني كان What are the advantages of having a car؟ طلاب هاي الجملة عن الجملة الأولى ماكو أي فرق. كذلك الجملة الثانية I don't intend to lend you any money. فالإجابة ايش راح تصير I want no intention of lending you any money. وهكذا طلاب. هذا فيما يخص موضوع الverb pattern طلاب. احنا تطرقنا في هذا الموضوع إلى الverb pattern وتم شرحه في المحاضرة السابقة واللي يحتوي على two cases. الحالة الأولى to زائدا infinitive اللي مصدر مجرد والحالة الثانية اللي راح تكون gerund اللي verb contain ing. Thank you so much guys for your listening. I appreciate you that.